But all I'm trying to say is that I think it's good we have this debate, because these are complex issues, and I know from my own experience in campaigning to defend WikiLeaks and Julian that these are issues that constantly come up and which are undermining the kind of support that you said is absent. And I think this absence of support is quite shameful, but the sexual abuse and rape allegations are part of the reason for that. And maybe that's you can say that's cowardice on the part of some people because they're afraid of being tainted. But whatever, we have to find the way to build the best possible support. And I don't have great faith in the legal system here or in Sweden, but I do know that it's pretty certain the High Court is going to extradite him, and he's going to end up in Sweden anyway. Far better that he announces, I'm going to Sweden to face these charges and clear my name, and goes voluntarily, than be forced there, in my opinion. But, I accept there are people with different points of view, that's fine. I'd just like to finish on Bradley Manning and his courageous stand, and as has been previously referred, the fact that for all these months, indeed over a year, he stood his ground and been unbroken. It is really a great tribute to Bradley Manning that he has been able to stand firm and not capitulate to pressure from the authorities, including, as Kieran mentioned, really gross ill-treatment, which probably amounts to torture under the terms of the United Nations Convention Against Torture. The fact that he stood his ground for all those months in isolation, in solitary confinement, with all the deprivations he suffered, that shows he is not the kind of weak man that The Guardian and others have portrayed. He's in fact a very strong person of great moral and physical endurance. And, it is fantastic that he has remained unbowed and unbroken all this time, and fantastic that he is determined to carry on the fight. I remember reading one of the reports about what originally motivated him to allegedly leak information. It was soon after he'd been sent to Iraq. He witnessed Iraqi police detaining people who had been protesting against the US and British-backed government over allegations of corruption and various abuses. They printed leaflets which criticised the government of Nouri al-Maliki over these abuse and corruption allegations, and for that they were arrested. And he was shocked, Bradley was shocked to discover that the US was colluding with the Iraqi police in this suppression of the right of freedom of expression and protest in Iraq. The supposed new democracy was in many ways echoing the kinds of repressions that existed under Saddam Hussein. And when he raised this issue, he was told to shut up and go away. That more people like those should be arrested and detained. Apparently one of the things that got him thinking and questioning about the remit of the US in Iraq, and which perhaps led him to start questioning and examining other things that the United States military was doing in that country and indeed in Afghanistan. So many people call Bradley Manning a traitor. To me, he is a true patriot. He is standing by the principles and ideals of the founding people of the United States. Government by the people, for the people, of the people. He's standing for an accountable democratic government, for the people's right to know what the government is doing in its name. These were all the ideals on which the United States was founded. Flawed though that founding document was, and flawed though the practice of that document was, with slavery and other abuses of Native Americans, nevertheless those ideals were there, and to me, Bradley Manning is seeking to honour them. He's a true patriot. Perhaps you could almost say a modern Paul Revere, warning us of the abuses that are happening in our name. I think all of us, if we were in that situation, I don't know what we'd do. I'm sure most of you here would certainly seriously think about blowing the whistle, but I'm sure we'd all be very nervous of the consequences, and quite rightly so. To be separated from family and loved ones, to have our future freedom diminished, to have perhaps a chosen career denied. Those are big, big, big sacrifices. Yet as we know, all throughout history, every human progress has been based upon people taking risks and making sacrifices. Think of the Chartists, the suffragettes, the Black Civil Rights Movement, the struggles of people in former colonies to win their freedom, to gain independence. All these struggles were conducted at great personal risk by very, very heroic individuals. And to me, Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, and Bradley Manning are those kind of people, and I'm really proud to support them. Thank you.